and welcome the folks from the Democratic Club here in Laguna Woods. Gene Lepowski and Alan Feldman, thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you for having us.
All right. So in their ultimate wisdom, there was an annual election of officers, and you guys are still on board? Is that what we want to talk about, Alan?
Absolutely. We'll start with that, yes. There is an annual election for officers every year, of course. And this is our first meeting of the year is coming up tomorrow, the 20th of January, Tuesday, 7 p.m., Clubhouse 2. Because it is our first meeting, there's a couple of things we're going to be doing a little differently, or a little in addition to. One, we're going to have a brief history of the Laguna Woods Democratic Club. Club's been in existence since the village was really built. It was Leisure World at the time, been in existence since, but it's not going to be a 20-minute speech. It's going to be a 5-7 minute presentation. It's going to be mostly pictures, well, that's what I understand, kind of like a narrated slideshow.
Okay.
And let's face it, everybody really enjoys those old pictures. Oh, remember that?
All the nostalgia of it all.
So that should be fun for a lot of people. And also, because it is our first meeting of the year, we do have the final election of officers.
Oh, okay. And then the swearing in and taking the seats. And
investiture, please. The investiture of the officers and the board of directors.
Okay.
And we look every year for somebody to do that, somebody outside the village maybe. And this year, as I believe the flyer is up, Deborah Cunningham-Skernick is going to do the honors.
Oh, great.
She's an educator, and she's been a long-term volunteer, long-term worker with the local Democratic Club, Orange County Democratic Club. But really, she's going to be a speaker too.
Okay.
But Jean can tell you a lot more.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jeannie, tell us about the speaker we got. What can people look forward to?
Yeah, well, as Alan said, it's Deborah Cunningham Skernick, who has been, she started out as an educator and then she got into politics and ran some political campaigns. When I first moved to Laguna Woods, she was, I think, regional director for the Orange County Democratic Party, DPOC. But now she did a lot of, she's done representation to the California Party, and now she is a part of the National Democratic Party.
Okay.
And her title is, she's on the Resolutions Committee and Task Force for Branding and Messaging.
Okay, so your meeting is going to be tomorrow Tuesday, 7 p.m., opened up at 6:30 over at Clubhouse 2 in the main lounge, right?
Right. And what I want to point out about this meeting is really special because I hear a lot of people saying, well, why don't the Democrats do this and why don't the Democrats do that? Well, here's people's opportunity to come and ask questions because we always ask our speakers to take questions, and there are a lot of questions that people have. So
here's a question. The Democratic Party of Orange County, a lot of people don't realize those are elected positions, and what does that group do? Because they don't really serve as representatives of an assembly district or something like that, and they don't go vote in Washington and make law. So what does the Democratic Party of Orange County actually do when you're elected to that as an officer?
Well, you want to take that one?
Sure. Of course. The party, throughout California, I think the structure is the same, both parties, my understanding. The county party, the local clubs like the Democratic Club here in Laguna Woods, the Republican Club in Laguna Woods, we are chartered by the Democratic Party of Orange County. So we have to abide by many of their rules and regulations. We also have to abide by many of their decisions, like it or not. But really, the governing body is legislative body. Let's call it. It's called the Central Committee.
Right.
The Central Committee. People do get elected to the Central Committee. It's really inside baseball.
Yes.
You have to be a Democrat to vote for people on the Central Committee. But it goes by assembly district. Every assembly district has a Central Committee member. And they're kind of the board of directors or the legislature. And my understanding is that the Central Committee would elect people run for.
They seek out folks to run for office and they kind of like support the cause in the county.
And there's obviously there's a administrative, there's chairperson of it, and or various directors and so forth. But that's the basic structure of it. The political parties are hierarchical. If I don't know if I'm saying that. Organizations, they come from the kind of like the top down. We have very little contact with the national. Deborah Skurnik, as Jean was saying, is a member.
Right,
of
she's part of the national.
She's a national committee woman, which is also an elected position. But we have very little contact with the National Democratic Party, and in fact, we have very little contact with the state party also. We're really a creature of the Orange County Democratic Party.
Right, and that's kind of your function, is to kind of highlight candidates that don't get that national and statewide kind of exposure.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of that, you guys have some pre-endorsements going on.
That's right, and so that's the one piece where we do have, as a club, as a Democratic club, we do, and as a chartered club of the Orange County Party, we have some influence on who gets elected, who gets nominated to run, and who gets endorsed by the party. And this is a process that's going on right now. And I think I got my, did you get your ballot?
Yes,
I got
I did.
my ballot yesterday.
Okay.
And I voted, and we can vote on certain races that are local races. So
45th District and 72nd District are two of the ones you guys are interested in.
right,
That's actually
right.
the 47th district.
Oh, do we have a bad number on that?
Yeah, that's probably our bad number.
The 47th district.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in fact, the two races that we would be able to vote on include the 47th district and the congressional district and the 72nd Assembly district.
Right.
Because, as Ellen said, we are organized by Assembly district. But in fact, because there's an incumbents automatically get put on the consent calendar.
Sure.
So we don't vote on Dave Min unless there is an objection to his actually running as the endorsed
Some
candidate.
sort of strange extenuating circumstance.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, if somebody on the Central Committee, for example, has a problem with him running, that's when we would need to vote on him. But
more of an anomaly than anything.
yeah, it happens, but very, very rare.
Yeah, once you I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Once you receive the pre-endorsement, it makes it much easier for you to be. The actual endorsements are done by the state convention, but
you guys shooting up the recommendations
right.
at the
It makes it
local
much
level.
easier to be endorsed and much more difficult to not be endorsed. And if another thing, if I could add something about that, if I have a minute,
Sure.
I don't know. But what to me, being a delegate to the pre-endorsement convention. We got 27 delegates. It goes by the number of members that you have in your club. We have a large club. We have a big delegation. But it's a great way for people who are maybe new to the club or want to deciding how much more they want to be involved, because it's a short-term commitment. The whole thing takes like 6 weeks, 2 months, as opposed to we work on committees usually. Everybody's on the committee, and that people look at that as a commitment. I think they look at that as I got to stick this out for a year, whether I like it or not. But this 2 months and you're done. You put your toes in the water. You see what things are like. You can make your
We'll see what things are like tomorrow. It's going to be Tuesday, 7 p.m. over at Clubhouse 2. That is the Laguna Woods Democratic Club meeting, and they're going to be welcoming Deborah into there as DNC member, and she's going to be helping with your ceremony as well. Thank you guys very much, Jeannie and Alan, for joining us today.
Well,
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you very much.
You're watching This Day. We'll be right back with a Music Lovers Club. Stay with us.